How's it going, viewers? So in this video I have this ultimate wood grain Game Boy Advance mod, which I installed a lot of mods into it, such as an IPS LCD, an HDMI out, louder sound, and more. While I completed this mod last night, I want to go over the features for this ultimate GBA wood grain mod. First and foremost, I replaced the shell on this GBA with a wood grain one made by ExtremeRate to make it look like real wood with dark walnut stain applied on there. But really, this is a plastic shell that has been hydrogen to make it look like wood, and as you can tell on the back of the battery cover, the shell was originally white. The cool thing about ExtremeRate's GBA shells are that they actually come with a link port cover, which protects the link port from getting damaged or dirty. While the original DMG Game Boy had link port covers made for protecting the link port from getting damaged or dirty, I find it nice to have a link port cover for the GBA. Also, ExtremeRate just so happens to be the only company that actually makes link port covers made for the GBA and is included with GBA shells made by ExtremeRate. While I covered the ExtremeRate wood grain shell, it's time to move on to more features to talk about. The second feature involves FunnyPlaying's dark gray colored buttons and silicone pads, and the reason I chose FunnyPlaying's buttons and silicone pads are that I find them to be the best ones out there because of the quality of them. The third and last feature for cosmetic modifications of this GBA is a glass lens, which is black, and while it is a variant with the transparent GBA logo on there, I provided my own white backing behind the lens and on the front shell where the lens sticks on, as you can see right here. The white backing I used is a piece of adhesive with white paper behind it. Now that I covered all the features for the cosmetic modifications for this GBA, it's time to talk about the features for the electrical modifications. When I turn this GBA on, an IPS LCD is installed, and there are two touch sensors for this mod. The touch sensor on the left right here is to change the color filters on the screen, which include black and white, cyan, magenta, yellow, red, green, blue, and back to normal. The touch sensor on the right is for adjusting the brightness on the screen, where I can have the screen either dim or bright, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels of brightness. So when I turn the volume up on this GBA, it gets very loud, and it's due to the fact that I installed an audio amplifier, which is the Cloud Game Store version, and I bought it off of Retro Game Repair Shop. Also, I replaced the speaker with a newer FunnyPlaying clear one. Additionally, I added Handheld Legend Power Cleaner Flex PCB onto the motherboard, as well as replaced the capacitors and the inductor with the new Cloud Game Store branded set, which I heard their cap kit and the inductor would have better quality than the OEM caps and inductor. There's something else that I installed for this mod, and that is when I hold select and press down together, the system slows down. And when I hold select and press up together, the system speeds up. Well, that's because I installed the ClockXControl made by InsideGadgets for this mod. And as you can see here, I'm playing Uno Free Fall, and due to the fact that the sound and speed are faster than normal, I find the InsideGadgets ClockXControl to be a very cool mod. There's one more feature I want to talk about before I move on to the HDMI out mod, and that is I used a Handheld Legend and RetroSix's Clean Juice rechargeable battery pack, and as you can see, while the battery has a USB-C connector on there, I trimmed the battery door on my own so I can charge my GBA as easily as possible, as I wouldn't have to remove the battery door when I recharge the GBA. When I plug the USB-C connector to the battery, as you can see, there's a blue and green light lit up. So the blue light means that it's charging, and the green light means that it's fully charged when the blue light is not lit up. As you can see, there are two lights shine up. The left is the green and the right is the blue, so Again, the blue means that it's charging, and when it's just green without the blue lit up, it's fully charged. Alright, so now it's time to check out the HDMI mod for this Game Boy Advance. And while I forgot to mention this in the electrical modifications clip for this video, I replaced the old L and R trigger buttons with the more clicky ones, as you can hear. So anyways, this is a micro HDMI connector, and I have a micro HDMI right here, and if I put this into there, the Game Boy Advance is now captured on a monitor. In this case, I'm using a TV to use for the Game Boy Advance TV out mod. HDMI out mod, I should say. And as you can see, I'm doing a little bit of a gameplay for Tetris Attack on there. Now it's time for me to talk about the issues during the process of the mod. First issue is that due to the fact that I was using an IPS LCD PCB with 2 touch sensors, the HDMI out kit, and the InsideGadgets ClockXControl all together to squish it in to fit things together and closing it up, I saw some spots on the LCD when the LCD is pitch black. The second thing is that due to the fact that I most likely folded the ribbon a little too much during the process of closing things up and assembling it, the LCD has kind of a static bug on there in handheld mode. Thirdly, when I try to use capture mode and use the color filters on there, while the color filters work on handheld mode, it doesn't actually work on TV mode. Fourthly, when I try to use the ClockXControl by InsideGadgets in capture mode and slowing things down, I hear some loud noise when slowing things down, but when I speed things up, it sounds fine. I did a post of this ultimate wood grain Game Boy Advance mod on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Reddit. Links are down in the description below. So anyways, if you like this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye!